Hi! Thank you so much for tuning in for your August 2017 Written in the Stars Horoscope. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, hi again. This is a really pivotal month for a couple of reasons, both personally and astrologically. So let's start with the personal side. It's our anniversary. It's been one full year that I've been uploading these videos to YouTube, and I just really want to say thank you. Thank you so much that every like, every share, comment, subscribe has really truly meant the world and driven me further toward my dream, which kind of fits into the astrological theme for this month. But I just want to say thank you, and that it truly means the world. Like, I could say so many things, but they're all going to sound cliched, but please trust that this is coming from the bottom of my awkward heart. Okay, so astrologically speaking, you've probably heard the news around the astrological water cooler is that we are heading into eclipse season, a time when things really get supercharged. You can think of eclipses, which always occur on new and full moons, as new and full moons on steroids. If a full moon means things are done and it's time to move on, something has either come to completion or crisis and it's time to make a new start, then a full moon eclipse is like, whoa, it's really time to move this out and be done with it. Let it go so you can move forward with more momentum. That's coming full moon in Aquarius on August the 7th, depending on where you are in the world. But the really exciting news is that August 21st, new moon, full solar eclipse in Leo, repping that Leo new moon. Leo is the sign of the heart. Leo is the sign of the inherent talent and uniqueness that makes you exactly who you are and completely different from everyone else. So this new moon is inviting you to a beautiful new beginning. It's like an invitation to be fully who you are. What seeds do you want to plant? What star do you want to shine in the universe for you? How do you shine? This is the time for you to decide. So take that full moon time to push things out of your life that aren't working for you anymore so that you have room for the beautiful new beginning coming on the 21st. So you can hear more about that. You can check out my blog, writteninthestars.co, to see where those moons are affecting you most, but also keep an eye here on the YouTube channel for a couple of videos on those moons specifically. Okay, so now let's get to my line. Without further ado, on to your reading. Hello, hello Pisces. How are you? I hope August is treating you well, even if it's in its infancy. I hope it pans out beautifully, especially with these eclipses going on. It's sure to be a very interesting month. Things tend to come in and go out with a bang during eclipse season. For you, there really is a beautiful combination, especially on the 7th, with that full moon in Aquarius, since it's coming in your house of endings, your house of secrets in the past and unfinished business. So it's like, definitely that night, you want to do a big, like, cleansing, like, I'm letting go of this, I'm letting go of that, I'm dropping this, kind of setting all these unnecessary or painful things on a raft and lighting it on fire and sending that bitch on a Viking funeral. I'm done. And that doesn't mean you didn't learn anything either, or that you don't respect it. It's more like, okay, yeah, I love it and I respect it and I got a lot of lessons out of, wow. Okay then. I love it and respect it and I got a lot of lessons out of it, but I'm also going to let it go. And then, of course, this guy is here like, let it go. Okay. So, since Spirit wanted me to drop all these guys, let's just put them all down. Okay, I'm excited, Pisces. There's your element. That death card, you know, eclipses, he's popped up probably at like 2/3 of the readings or something. He's been here, so don't be alarmed, Pisces. And this guy jumped out, the Emperor, while I was meditating on you before I turned the camera. I was saying a prayer for you, doing a little bit of initial shuffling. Wow. Jeez. Okay. All right then. Pisces, did I say that August was going to be exciting for you? Spirit is definitely ready to tell you all about it. Pisces. Wow. Full moon in that 12th house. Were we not talking about that? Yay! Leads to victory. Facing your shadows. Okay. One more for Pisces for August. Pisces. August 2017. Spirit, what does Pisces need to know? Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Wow. Alrighty then. All kinds of flippers and jumpers. Okay, let's just make sure you can see everybody. I'm gonna dive right in. Okay. Okay, so first thing, Pisces. That was gonna sound so flippant. It's gonna be like, first thing, Pisces, chill. But really, that is what this is about. This is like, you've been through it, Pisces. When you're entering August, you're either in the midst of or you have just been through something quite tumultuous, and there are more changes and more metamorphosis still coming about in August, more transitions. So you're going to want to be really kind to yourself and really build in, maybe even more than usual, like, okay, nap times, rest times, break times, like, that time to recharge your physical and spiritual batteries. And believe me, like Spirit immediately says, and believe me, that does not mean you're not going to get things done. Quite the opposite. Watching out for your mind and giving yourself that mental, white space to get clear before you move on and keep working hard and doing what we all have to do every day, day in, day out, to take care of our jobs, take care of our money, do those little practical, simple, down-to-earth tasks. Spirit is talking about breakthroughs. They're talking about, wow, they just said initiations and endings, which seems like a cheap shot, especially because, I was just talking about eclipse season, right? And the fact that it's like big beginnings, but also big endings, like big, like, okay, we're sweeping stuff out of your way. I mean, the death card is here. And the death card is not something to be scared of. It's nothing about a physical death. It's all about, okay, it's time for the reaping. I'm cutting off these branches because they're dead, and if I want the whole plant to survive, the roots can only support so many branches, so time to cut this away. Time to cut this out of my life. There's a chapter coming to a close in your life in August, Pisces. What are you putting behind you? Are you moving? Is it a relationship? Is it a job? What are you moving away from so that you can have this beautiful new beginning? Again, they're saying be calm. Slow and steady wins the race. Like, there's no rush, but there is something definitely new occurring and manifesting and shifting into your life. There are cards for things coming in with like, whoa, holy crap, like I've just been hit by a train. But this is more like, it's very definitive. It's definitive, but Spirit wants you to take this as an opportunity. It's like, okay, clean slate. So now that I have this clean slate, now that I've closed this chapter behind me, how will I choose this to structure this newest part of my life? The Emperor is here, a super powerful card of structure, of success, of discipline. And then followed immediately by the card, it's like there's only one card in the tarot for the successfully self-employed person, and you have it. The Nine of Pentacles, also known as the single and happy card, kind of underlining the fact that, and I should say that Pisces, these are general readings, so some of these messages will resonate more than others because I get a lot. And just, take the ones that resonate for you, and those that don't, recognize that those are for other Pisces, and that's totally cool. So if I say something about an end of a relationship, and your relationship is fine, I don't want you to freak out. Like, get a lot of messages, and if it doesn't resonate with you, if there's, no trouble in paradise, then you don't need to worry about it, okay? But they are definitely saying that for some of you, that is the case. Like, you may be finalizing the end of a relationship and really walking away, because this is also known as the single and happy card. It's like she is very proud of herself, justifiably. She stands in this garden of things that she herself has cultivated and created, and she's a woman of status. That's why she has, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, a falcon with the hood on. I mean, the only the upper class was able to hunt, right, with a falcon, trained to do that. And Spirit is using the word trained very deliberately. The Emperor is, you know, Aries energy. It's that very military, militant, like, I need to set this routine for myself. If I want to be, you know, wealthy, if I want to achieve my goals, if I want to reach the standing that I want in life, whatever it may be, Pisces, whatever it is for you, your standard of like, I'm living, you know, in the lap of luxury, even if that means like I live in a modest 1-bedroom apartment and I don't have to work more than 5 hours a day. Whatever, like, if you want to be the dude, that's cool with me. The dude abides. If you get me, I love you, Pisces, and if you don't, forgive me. Moving along, you're being granted this opportunity to craft a new vision. And it's just crazy how many times cards like Death and the Moon and even the Devil have come up in people's cards during this eclipse season. Because it really is time. It's like, if you could clean the slate, what would be your next adventure? If you could pretend, quote unquote pretend, that everything that's happened up to now, good, bad, ugly, was all serving your ultimate joy, your ultimate purpose, then where would you plan to go from here? Like, where, when your ships come in, Pisces, where are they taking you? Trust that you are being taken, and you are. Like, some of you are literally moving. And you're being taken in a bold new direction. Like a wonderful new vision is coming. And you have the Nine of Cups here, a card of like dreams coming true and having more than enough. And if anything, there's a danger of like overindulging, okay? So channel your inner Emperor and remember this Four of Swords. Be calm, don't take more than you need. That's what Spirit just said. So maybe for some of you, like, this is getting like crazy specific, but hey, some of you Pisces must need to hear this. If it even comes to something like a loan, don't take more than you need. Like, don't overindulge and then have to like quote, like literally or proverbially pay for it later, right? Things are going to be shifting. Things are shifting in August. Spirit is showing me two opposing poles. And they're talking about the fact that you're struggling to balance your spiritual life and your daily life. Like, and when I say daily life, I mean, you know, like you're working your job and, you know, putting gas in the car, getting groceries, doing life, adulting, as the young'uns might say. So there's like this dream and fantasy world and like what you want emotionally speaking, and then, you know, juxtaposed is like the stuff that you have to do to get through life. They want you to know that you can actually find a joyful balance between those two things. You can come much closer to that. You can make progress to reaching that in August. I feel like people are going to be celebrating you for some of your great qualities in August. And whether that's at work or whether you just find that friends or family are saying certain things about you, giving you certain praise and applause, notice what that is, Pisces. Spirit is saying, notice what that is, because that's important. This is like, hey, these are your natural gifts. These are things that you may do just for fun or just because it comes naturally to you and seems easy for you, and other people are like, oh my God, you just did that? Like, did you just make that? Or you just figured that out? Or whatever this is, Pisces. Don't take yourself for granted. And don't tie yourself to old habits, old paradigms. There's a reason I say, again, these are general readings and I get a lot of messages, Pisces. Some of you are ready to put what's not working for you to death, and some of you are still feeling quite tied up. And that's okay. There's no judgment. Spirit always only wants you to know what is for your highest good. And they are saying, for some of you, there's a sense in which, okay, notice the chains at these guys' feet. You know, on first glance, it looks like, oh my God, this guy totally rules them, or they're his, you know, servants of some kind, or acolytes. They're tied to him. But when you look at their feet, the chains are just lying there. Pisces, you can walk away from this big, scary idea that you feel like duty-bound to follow. For some of you, that's like an addiction. And addictions take many forms. Yes, it could be a substance that you're addicted to. Like you're doing a little too much. You're overindulging to a point where you're kind of blotting out your life and making yourself unconscious because you just don't want to deal with it. But there are lots of other ways and things to be addicted to. Toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, obsessive rumination and thoughts, and even like depression or anger. And the way to handle the devil, who I should mention is not about evil, he's not related to Satan, Tarot's pre-Christian, he's more about the, like, Pan, the little horny goat god that chased all the nymphs all the time. So he is about, like, our dark side, you know, lust, rage, temptation, obsession, like the parts of ourselves we'd rather kind of disavow and pretend we don't have. Greed, maybe, for someone like you, Pisces, who, you know, you're such a giving person. It's like, what are the parts of you that you have kind of disavowed or tried to push away? Or what is keeping you, what habits are keeping you low, quote unquote, like held down, feeling limited? Most of you are making the decision to liberate yourself because these cards are so bright and so beautiful. But some of you, you know, the pull of the devil is very strong. The pull of these needs is very strong. And again, totally understandable. And if you're looking for any help removing some of those blockages, Pisces, shop is linked below. Click, click, shameless plug. But I am serious. Sometimes it takes an objective outside perspective, and definitely, you know, there's an advantage to talking to your personal spiritual board of directors about what's up with you. But okay, a lot of you are making the decision to separate yourself from this, and what really inspires me is that following this devil card is this card of flexibility, adaptability, like you've shed a skin and you're ready to move on, you're ready to evolve, so many of you. And it really is as simple as shedding. Because it's like, again, these chains are not around their feet. It's a simple acknowledgement to yourself, Pisces, that whatever part of you have thought is so bad or so unlovable or so scary is actually worthy of your love and compassion, like your unconditional love of yourself and forgiveness of yourself, whether like you're ashamed or it makes you angry or it makes you sad that you did XYZ 5 years ago. Whatever it is, give yourself the love. And when you give yourself the love, you free up so much energy and so much power that was in that repressed shadow. You really give yourself the room to parlay a little into a lot. Like a lot. I see wealth, I see discipline, and this Ace of Cups bringing in beautiful new energy. Your ships are coming in to take you on a new adventure. You have victory. Yes, there's mystery to wade through. Yes, there are things to be ended. But you have beautiful, wealthy, exciting new beginnings ahead for you, Pisces. Be adaptable. Be willing to see what you're great at and shift with the times. And remember, it's not about running away or getting away from these chains that are hanging here. It's about looking down and like acknowledging first to yourself and then to the devil, like, you know, these chains aren't on, right? And you kind of have a laugh and you walk away. Love and forgive yourself, and then you give yourself room to move, Pisces. Now, speaking of, let's see what Spirit wants to tell you in terms of practical steps for you to make the most of August. Let's see what Pisces most needs to know. What they most need to know, do, be, wow, understand or embody is what I was going to say. Okay, well, Spirit did say give yourself lots of room and clarity, mental white space to make an important decision, and then we have Justice. They also said some of you are moving and like kind of codifying these big decisions, so some of you might be signing leases, some of you might be signing marriage or divorce papers. I really feel like there's some real, there's paperwork being filed. Spirit is also saying, for some of you, use your head. You know me, Pisces, if you've ever been here before, I'm often one to say use your intuition, you know, trust your gut. In this case, Spirit is saying use your head. Write things down, whether it's like pros and cons, or whether it's like, here's what this person said and here's what their actions were. Whatever this is, like, do a compare and contrast. Go back to your best, like, A student essay writing and analyze the shit out of this. Whatever it is you need to make a choice about. Again, give yourself that room and that space. This is what's going to help you release what you don't need anymore. This is what's going to help you find the balance between like what is still relevant to you and what is ready to be put to death. That death, like that reaping coming in, so that you can really flourish. Okay? Bring yourself back into balance with the decisions that you make this month. Okay. Now, speaking of balance, we're going to pick a card for each of the 4 elements in the tarot, if you've never been here before, Pisces, to look at what's up with your money, your love life, your mental sphere, as well as your creativity and spirituality. So first, let's look at Earth. What's up with your money, Pisces? In August 2017, what do you need to know or do when it comes to your money, your job, your work, your resources, to make the most of August 2017? Build a foundation and get some expert advice, Pisces. Right away, Spirit is jumping out to say it's like, you know, 3 heads are better than 1. Like, you know, you've got your expertise. You've got your, what they would call the zone of genius, right? We all do. And if you need input from someone else, if you need a little bit of expert advice, don't be afraid to get it. And as a matter of fact, like, Spirit is heartily endorsing that. They're also saying that some of you have laid down a really beautiful foundation and that you are celebrating a milestone, like a financial or work milestone in August. So congratulations, Pisces. You've come quite far. You have further to go, but it's a beautiful beginning. Very auspicious. Notice this triangle here. It's like, it's the shape of magic, and it's also the shape of the steady foundation. What you've built so far is really good. It bodes well for the future. Keep building up your finances. Keep building up your opportunities. Love it. Okay. So now, Pisces, let's look at what's on your mind. What are you speaking, thinking, hearing about in August 2017? Wow. You're laying it on the line, Pisces. I really like that, especially coming after that Justice card saying, you know, the Knight of Swords is all about telling the truth. Even if it's a little awkward, even if it's a little like, woof, like, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Speak your truth. Draw a line. Create your boundaries. You've got to take care of yourself, Pisces. It doesn't, you know, I can say that to you, Pisces, because, you know, no hate on Aries or anything, but Aries is always going to look out for number 1. You, though, Pisces, you have this tendency, this, like, and it can be very beautiful, but it can also be very harmful. It just depends on how you use it, like so many things. You have this tendency to sacrifice yourself and what you want and kind of eschew your own needs and your own thoughts for other people. So that is why Spirit really wants to emphasize, like, look out for you. Because you're always going to look out for other people. But, you know, put your own oxygen mask on first, as they say. You're not going to be any help to anybody if you're not in good enough shape to just go on with your life. I feel like some of you are making sort of blunt declarations this month. Like, hey, it's over. Or, hey, that is bullshit. Or, hey, it needs to be like this. Or, hey, that is not acceptable. And good for you, Pisces. Again, like, that can be a little bit out of character for you. So if you are saying it, then I'm sure it is absolutely due. Draw that line. Make yourself clear. Wow. Jeez. Okay. Didn't even introduce you, King of Cups. You're just ready. I feel like this is you, Pisces. Not just because this is your element, but because they have your attitude, and especially coming after that Knight of Swords, it's kind of like underlining what I was saying about the fact that you always care about everybody. So even when you're being blunt, quote unquote, and drawing a line with people, you tend to do it in a very emotionally mature, kindly way. And, you know, the court cards are people around you as well as something within you that, like, meeting them helps resonate and amplify. So Spirit is also saying that there is somebody around you who is very emotionally mature and who you might think of as kind of like a therapist almost, like someone that you consult when you need advice. And that might be professional, or that just might be like a friend, a person who you think of as like, oh, they really have their head and heart in balance, and they have been a very big help to you in the past. When you come to them with something like maybe you're feeling a little bit topsy-turvy, and they help you kind of get back into your flow. Because it's not like they know something you don't know necessarily. The work of a great therapist, intentional, you know, professional therapist or not, is to help you find your own answers. And I feel like there is somebody out there that can help you do that. And Spirit is also just emphasizing, you know, recognize your own wisdom and your own intuition. And if anybody in the court cards can get behind using logic, like that Justice card said, even when it comes to emotional things, it's the King of Cups. Like a psychologist, the King of Cups knows you have to maintain a certain amount of distance between yourself and someone else in order to really help them solve their problems. Because if you know, dive into the tar pit with a depressed person and get into their story of why they're depressed, you may never get to the part where, okay, and how do we change this, right? So trust this person to help you get back into your flow, bring yourself back into balance. Again, mental white space. This is really telling me look out for your mental health, Pisces. And I don't feel anything dire or bad with that at all. Quite the reverse. It's like the better you look after your mental health, the more that you make sure that you're feeling aligned, the better things are going to go. You're building so much, creating so much, bringing so much more balance into your life. Like, I'm pretty excited for you. These eclipses seem to be quite powerful, and you really are. With that 12th house full moon, it really is like this is an opportunity to push stuff out and also to make new beginnings when it comes to your habits, since that new moon is going to be in that 6th house. Definitely check out more in your horoscope, whether you read mine or someone else's. Read all about that new and full moon coming up for you, because eclipses are powerful. Definitely make the most of it, Pisces. You're in good shape to make big moves. Okay. So on that note, finally, let's look at what's lighting you up. What is inspiring you, activating you, sparking you, or lighting your fire. In August, Pisces, August 2017. Wow. Same card, different deck. Your ships are coming in, Pisces. Your ships are coming in. Wow. You don't even need to swim, fish. You're getting transported. How about that? That's fancy. No, really, what this is saying is you've come so far, Pisces. No wonder that they want you to make decisions and cut things out, because, hey, who wants to carry all this baggage to your beautiful new island paradise? Not you. You've got so much to do and so much to see, and you're going to get so many new things on this adventure that letting go is going to be the least of your worries. It's going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to enjoy all these beautiful new things I'm getting? This is nuts. I feel really excited for you when I see this, especially that 3 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. They both speak of milestones. They both speak of like, okay, now you've reached the peak of this particular like plateau. It's not the top, it's not a 10 of Pentacles, but it's like, it's a noble and fruitful beginning. And it's like, hey, now nowhere to go but up. Love it. I love it, Pisces. What do you think? Questions? Insights? Is anything resonating here? I would love to hear about it, whether you want to comment below or email me or find me on social media or even book a personal reading. All that stuff is linked below. I really, really appreciate you being here and watching this, Pisces, spending your time with me. It's a real pleasure. I really hope also that this reading gives you the insight and the guidance that you're looking for and helps you make the most of this month. You're a magical soul, Pisces. You got this. You're ready for this. Okay. See you next month, Pisces. Bye-bye.